My supreme namaskarams to all of you. My name is Nerala Malyadri. I retired as a district judge voluntarily, and afterwards I have been practicing as an advocate of Honorable Supreme Court and also both the High Courts of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. I am now interested to talk to you regarding freedom of speech and expression and other important fundamental rights, and how these cases relating to these matters are dealt with by constitutional courts, and also some of the two important articles published in newspapers, and also about some a famous decision of the Honorable Supreme Court. First, I would take up the article written in the Indian Express on November 23rd, 2020, which is a Monday, under the title 10 Free Speech Cases This Year, by observing and noting in most no relief from Supreme Court except when center did not object. So this is one of the article in which it is written that wherever and whenever the learned counsel for the center, that is to say Attorney General or Solicitor General of the Solicitor General of center, who is appearing for the center, did not object, or rather went to the extent of claiming or contending that relief to be granted. So such reliefs are granted in the cases of Republic TV Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami, where affairs are quashed, and just a case against a journalist Amish Devgan, relief is granted, and also ex parte stay is granted on multiple affairs against journalist Nupur J. Sharma in another famous case. Although Sharma's plea listed the center as a respondent in the case, the court granted relief on the very first hearing without hearing his arguments. Whereas in other cases, for example, in a case involving Congress leader Pankaj Punia, the Supreme Court refused to intervene. Likewise, in another case where a Sharjeel Imam, a former Jawaharlal Nehru University student charged with sedition and hate speech, affairs are not quashed or stayed. In another case where on May 26, Imam sought a transfer of his pleas to Delhi. అది అప్పటికి ఇంకా తీర్పు ఇవ్వలేదు ఈ ఆర్టికల్ రాసే రోజుకి. బై ఆన్ ద డేట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్టికల్ this case is not yet decided. Likewise, in many other cases referred in that particular article, like Kashmir challenges to the communications blockade cases, or Harsh Mandar case in March, many cases, whenever the Attorney General of India or Solicitor General of India objected for granting bail or granting any orders, Supreme Court did not decide. Another important thing is in cases Kashmir relating to Kashmir challenges to the communication blockade, the learned Attorney General for India K.K. Venugopal has argued that while deciding on freedom of speech and expression, the court must take into account the background of terrorism in the state. By mentioning all these things, the Honorable Supreme Court did not grant reliefs. In this particular article, it is observed finally that Justice Arun Mishra, in the case relating to the disqualification of 19 rebel Congress MLAs, observed that voice of dissent cannot be suppressed in a democracy. This is the observation. This is one article. Another article is published in a Hindu newspaper on Thursday, November 19, 2020. this article, in this article, it is mentioned, the title of the article is Amid a Judicial Slide, a Flicker of Hope on Rights. It is mentioned, it is reassuring that there is a signal from the Supreme Court about thinking and speaking about personal liberty. This is in reference to another case against Arnab Goswami. Arnab Goswami was arrested in connection with the recovering of or not payment of money due by him to some person, and that person committed suicide, mentioning the names of several persons including Arnab Goswami. Finally, after due investigation, that case was closed in 2018 by then government as per orders of on the investigation report submitted. Thereafter, in 2020, in the month of April, the daughter of the victim, she filed a petition to reopen and to conduct an investigation again, and the present government, which is against to the interest of Mr. Arnab Goswami, since he is fighting against the present government by supporting the party in power, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, ordered for further investigation and by the Home Minister, and in pursuance of that he was arrested, and later he filed bail application and also quashing of FIR and other things in Honorable High Court, and Honorable High Court dismissed it by observing that he should approach the trial court, rather the lower court, but not Constitutional Court under Article 226. Thereafter, he preferred an application or appeal in the Honorable Supreme Court, and on a Tuesday the application was numbered, and next day, that is on Wednesday, application is disposed of on merits, and bail was granted, and he released. And after he came out, he started again fighting with the state government by referring the chief minister of that government, whatever it is. That case is not connected with freedom of speech or anything connected to the profession of that Arnab Goswami, but it is contended that because he is fighting against the state government's acts, by using its influence or power, he was again arrested in the case which is already closed, whatever it is. In this case, in this Arnab Goswami's case, there is an observation by Justice D.Y. Chandrachud by mentioning that we are a constitutional court. If we as a constitutional court do not lay down law and protect personal liberty, then who will? This is the observation, and by noting this observation in the article of Hindu newspaper, it is finally ended by observing that if the observation of Justice Chandrachud were the norm, that is, wherever personal liberty is involved, the matter is taken up the next day and resolved at the earliest, then there is no need to write this article. But his observations come as a ray of hope. It is reassuring that there is at least someone in the Supreme Court thinking and speaking about personal liberty. It is also mentioned that as custodians of the Constitution, this is the bare minimum that a Supreme Court judge should be doing. Could it be that the sentinel on the Qui Vive is slowly coming to life again? This is the observation, or the views of that person who wrote the article. In the light of this, I am now referring, after going through these two articles, a judgment of Honorable Supreme Court, and the citation is State of Maharashtra versus Captain Buddhikota Subbarao, dated 29 September 1989. The citation is 1989 AR 2292 by Justice Ahmadi A. Mahmadi Judge. In this, the Honorable Supreme Court, at the end of the judgment, observed certain important observations, and rather noted the principles by mentioning that liberty occupies a place of pride in our socio-political order, and who knew the value of liberty more than the founding fathers of our constitution, whose liberty was curtailed time and again under draconian laws by the colonial rules. This is the observation. It also mentioned about Article 21 and 22 by referring that CRPC provides a procedure, and under that procedure, if anybody's rights are violated or is curtailed, that procedure is in comply with Article 21. And again, under Article 22, there are certain limitations for curtailing the individual's right in the event of, that is also in the event of arrest of individual accused of the commission of a crime against society or the nation. This is what the Honorable Supreme Court in that decision has observed. But by observing all this, the Honorable Court in that case, where bail was granted just after 2 days of dismissal of several applications prior to that, without there are no substantial change of circumstances, the court observed that in the absence of any substantial change in the fact situation, when bail is granted, there is a duty on the honorable constitutional courts to interfere in it. So, judicial discipline and propriety and committee demands that impeachment order should not have been passed, reversing all earlier orders, including the orders just passed about 2 days back. The court observed that in the absence of any substantial change in the fact situation, change of facts means a substantial one which has a direct impact on the earlier decision and not merely cosmetic changes which are of little or so consequence. This is important. What are the substantial changes that were occurred that have to be taken into consideration? By observing this, the Honorable Supreme Court finally held or observed that ordinarily the Honorable Constitutional Court does not interfere with an order granting bail, but in the facts and circumstances of that case, the judicial discipline will be sacrificed at the altar of judicial discretion if they refuse to exercise their jurisdiction under Article 132 of the Constitution. So the bail was cancelled. So important thing is, what I would like to impress upon all of you is that why we should have a flicker of hope on rights. We have got fundamental rights. It is the duty of the Honorable Supreme Court and High Court, whenever a citizen approaches under Article 32 or 226, to grant appropriate reliefs unless and until under Article 22 limitations are there which crimes are against the state, against the society, against the nation's interest. Then by imposing certain conditions also, bails can be granted or refused. Dispose of the cases at the earliest. Suppose, as in the case of Mr. Arnab, when bail could be granted and he was released just within 2 days, 1 day filing and numbering, and next day he is disposed of. Why not in all other cases also? If not that speed, at least some speed is maintained. So, what I am submitting, or what my view on these two articles are, after going through or reading of these different cases and articles and views, if justice is delayed, it will be denied. This principle all judges in the country must keep in mind, particularly when constitutional rights of an individual, rather fundamental rights of an individual is involved. And do justice. You must discharge your duty like God, and discharge the duties and do justice in a speediest manner within the given circumstances and available. Then definitely there will be public confidence in the judiciary. The people will feel that constitutional rights are protected and they can live happily and country will be developed. So I hope that all the judges or the staff or the advocates or the concerned authorities, institutions who are dealing with constitutional rights or fundamental rights must keep in mind that the country will develop only if the judicial system works well and protect the fundamental rights of an individual, which is their constitutional duty and primary duty, and achieve the goals of the constitution mentioned in the preamble of the constitution, because the preamble or the constitution is written by us on behalf of the people of this country. This constitution is drafted and framed and given to us by the framers of the constitution to do social, economic and justice by giving freedom to all, freedom of speech and expression to all. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe and also request your friends to subscribe this video. Thank you.